Hi lovelies, this is Sheree from Divine Visions, and I'm bringing you today a pick a card reading regarding your twin flame or soulmate. And this is for those of you who are in separation, and we're going to be having a look at what's going on with them, just having a check-in at what's going on in the 3D for them, and also looking at 5D messages, so messages from their higher self as well, what they want to say to you. I'm also going to be any extra messages that come through, I'll let you know as well, okay? So it says for twin flames, soulmates that we're not in connection with, and you've got three decks of cards in front of you here, so there'll be 3 different readings. You can choose more than one if you wish to, but it's entirely up to you. So this is reading 1, what am I saying? I'm getting tongue-tied. The Gilded Royale Tarot, reading 1. And this is the Good Tarot reading 2, and the Archangel Power Tarot. This is by Cairo Marchetti, I think his name is, and Colette Baron Reed, and Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. I'm also going to be using the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue, the Divine Love Oracle that I created myself, and Ask an Angel by the Blue Angel Gallery, I think it is, by Tony Carmine Salerno. She makes amazing artwork. Sorry, again, we've got the energy cards here that I'm going to be looking at 3D messages with, which is Sandra Ann Taylor. And then we've got Doreen Virtue and I think Radley Valentine as well for these magical unicorn cards, which is just awesome. All right, so let's get started, guys. Let's get started. Yay. All right, so I'll give you a moment to focus on the cards and we'll get into the reading. Okay, so if you chose reading 1, which is the Royale Gilded Tarot, we're going to have a quick look at what's going on with your twin flame or soulmate. This is for you guys who are not together. You're in separation, maybe not even in contact. So we're just going to have a look at what's actually going on, because around this time of year especially, there can be a lot of sadness, and especially if you guys are not in contact or if there's been an issue between the two of you, that kind of thing as well. So let's have a look. We're looking at the 3D aspect first of all. So where is your twin flame or soulmate? What's going on with them in the 3D right now? Their physical world. This can also represent their emotional and their spiritual aspects as well. It's just that we're looking at the 3D, how it's affecting them. How does everything affect them? I am using reversals today, just so you know, and it's not a bad thing. It just gives us more insight into what's actually going on. Okay, so let's have a look first up what I've got here. And what I'm looking at is the bottom of the cards here. Sorry, I meant to show you. Is the bottom of the card shows the 9 of Cups reversed. And this is somebody, so your twin flame or soulmate feels their dreams aren't coming true. Something suddenly happened in their life, a sudden change, a sudden disruption, a sudden eruption, you know, in their life has occurred. It could have been that you guys had a fight or a split. It could be something else going on in their life. But they're not feeling in control of their life because, as we can see, the King of Swords, someone who's very disciplined, very intellectual, very logical, someone who has their shit together, basically, doesn't have their stuff together, you know, and also it can be a very rigid energy and can be very stubborn, and sometimes someone is in their ways or on their path and need a wake-up call. So that's what's going on here. I feel like it's around love as well. It's around you. So this is definitely something they're feeling around this connection at this time of year. Wow, it's like their world has been turned upside down by something that was perhaps said, because we do have the communication with the swords as well, and it can be thoughts. It could be that somebody has just cut this off completely, like it's just been a cut off, like a quick, clean cut off, like a sudden break. I'm just going to, just for a moment, pause the video. I'm going to adjust the lighting in here. I don't know if you can see that really well, but I'm not seeing it too well at the moment. All right, so here we are again. So I'm just focusing on this again, tuning in. Now, I'm also getting the words that there was a feeling of someone expecting an apology and not getting it. So even after this has happened, this sudden disruption or verbal outburst or whatever it's been, there is this feeling now of someone sitting back and thinking they need to apologize to me. Or a feeling also of feeling that, they're in the right. So that both parties are feeling this, and it's like you're both at a standstill. For some of you also, looking at this from another angle, is that some relationships are coming to an end for your twin flame or soulmate. Because we are reading their energy, don't forget. So I'm not necessarily tuning into you, but you will come into the reading in certain times. But I'm saying that perhaps a karmic relationship is coming to an end for them. There's an imbalance of harmony. Someone's not seeing eye to eye in a connection. And as I said before, this can be your relationship, but it can definitely represent a third-party situation as well for some people. They're not seeing the rainbow at the end of the storm, like the star, the world, everything I can see in this card is showing me that it's just not, and with this as well, not going the way they planned it to. Shit's hitting the fan basically, and things are going wrong in their life. Their world's been turned upside down because this is reversed. So the wish isn't coming true, and the world represents a cycle has come to an end, like a cycle has completed itself now. The cups are upside down, which means they're emptying of any feeling. So there's a lack of feeling with this person as well, but maybe even towards you. They might have closed off as they're undergoing whatever, whether this be something that came up between the two of you or with some other connection or both, Sometimes our twin flames and soulmates can react in weird ways when they're going through something sudden. They do withdraw. But some people can be really quite nasty and callous too in their words. Something like that can happen too. Somebody here, we've got a Scorpio, I'll go back. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy with this card. But we've also got the Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy with this, with the Divine Feminine here, the Queen of Cups. So it's a feminine energy, it's a receptive energy, but being reversed, it can represent someone who's just not willing to give their caring side, their nurturing side. This could be yourself, because I do feel two very different energies here with this one and this one. I don't feel it's the same person's energy. I feel, yes, they might be withholding their feelings too, but this is definitely you or another party. But I feel like for them, there is a closing off. It's almost like a porcupine kind of energy, when you feel like you got to go on the defense and close off. That's what I feel this person's doing. And so with this, I feel that there could be some deep hurt and a shutting off and going within one's shell. And refusing to give any more of this emotion to this person. Okay. The dogs represent loyalty and family, and most of all, loyalty. They're one of the pack. They're one of the family, And so with this feminine energy, she is, or this person here is holding back on this and doesn't want to be loyal to this connection right now because this person's closed off to them. This person's closed off. So why would you want to be loyal to someone who's closed off? So that's the energy I'm getting from that as well. She's also holding flowers, I think there. Is she? Yeah, she is. She's holding yellow flowers, which represents hope. And it's tenderness. I'm getting the word tenderness. And, the longer this person holds her at arm's length, these flowers, as well as her emotions, are going to start dying off. This is just what I'm seeing. I've never, ever seen this card like this before, so it's so interesting to get these messages coming through. So, yes, this person's on the defense, not handling things that are going in their life. Perhaps there's been a sudden awakening for them as well, where they just need to withdraw and they don't know how to express it to their soulmate, to you, that they need to back off and deal with stuff. They've just disappeared, gone missing in action. That's what it feels like as well. So it's been a sudden withdrawal, and it feels for this person a lot of pain with that, because some of you are going to think, what the hell did I do to deserve that? Some of you might have opened up and then there's got this reaction, which is just hurtful. Far out. Let's have a look at what else is going on, because the overall energy here from this reading regarding this person too is that this is the emotional fulfillment and the wish is coming true, and they're feeling that something didn't come true for them, or they're denying it for some reason. Maybe they even freaking sabotaged this, so it couldn't come about to what you were really seeing it coming about to, all the emotions, the emotional fulfillment, the dreams and wishes coming true. There might be even a drinking addiction with this person. There might be alcoholism here as well. I'm getting that as another message. Something they've just got to overcome. Let's see what else is going on for them, please, with the energy cards. I'm getting the initial T as well, so that could be very significant for some of you, for a twin flame or a soulmate whose name starts with T. And I'm sorry, just one more message before I shuffle on these. There is also a very strong work ethic with this person. I feel like they are perhaps a workaholic, or somebody who just copes with just burying their head in the sand, digging, putting their head down and just, they are burying their head in the sand as well. They're not really facing things, but they put all their energy into their work or study. It's something that they find is their escape. And they're closed off. They're not dealing with their emotions. They could be blaming you or someone else. All right, let's have a look. Energy for them, please, for this twin flame soulmate. What's their energy? Yeah, see, it's victory reversed. They're not feeling victorious at all. They're feeling like their world is caving in, that they're just not accomplishing what they need to in life. Something didn't work out for them and now they're pissed off. Or they might be even pissed off at themselves because they're just not dealing with something the way they know they need to. Okay, hang on. What's the energy we need to know? What's the message we need to know around this person, please? Look, laughter. You need a good laugh. This is actually pretty funny, because this person to me is damn serious and in a place of being pissed off at the moment and closed off. So yes, they damn well need a good laugh. So that's just a message of, they might be shutting off their social circles. They might just be putting on a mask for this particular time of year around family. If they're in a karmic situation, and if there's children involved, just trying to get through it. But they definitely need to have a good laugh. Laughter is the best medicine, as they say. And, we've got the, I'm not sure if they're swans or ducks. Maybe they're ducks. But I think it is a swan. The swans represent grace and the soulmate connection as well. And it feels to me that you guys, it might have been a while since you guys even had a good laugh together as well. This person could be remembering those things, the last time you had a good laugh together. They might be looking back in their mind at the happier times and kind of have a little laugh to themselves at different times. But that's in moments when they're alone and they're reminiscing and thinking about things. Yeah. There's a playful energy with this. They really need to get into that. Now, what I'm going to do is have a look at the 5D messages regarding them. So we'll have a look at the Romance Angel cards too by Doreen Virtue. Let's have a look here. What is the message around this situation? What is the 5D message that your twin flame or soulmate is trying or wants to tell you but can't? Or what do they want to tell you in the 5D? What would their higher self say right now? Oops. So they're letting you know they need to retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. They need to really go within their mind and their heart and their soul to really work through this stuff, because it's just so daunting and very overwhelming. They're feeling empty, okay? They're feeling empty, like love has just left them, left their world. Their dreams aren't coming true. They've made a mistake, perhaps, and they're regretting it. So in the 5D, yes, in the 3D, this person's retreating, but in the 5D, they're saying, it's time, I need to do this. We both need to have a break. We need to have this separation for a higher purpose here. I want to have a look at what the Ask an Angel card is, please, regarding this. The special message regarding this person and their higher self's message. Oh, there it is. Okay. So they want to let you know that they're undergoing extreme emotional changes with this sudden awakening, which I'm calling it a sudden awakening. It's a disruption. It's a sudden change. It's bringing up a huge amount of emotion for them that they just have no idea how to handle or control. And so once again, we've got the stars with the wish coming true. You know, it sort of reminds me of the Nine of Cups here, that they feel that their wish didn't come true or something wasn't fulfilled for them, and they've been perhaps wanting it or working on it for a long time. And if it is a karmic situation, they realize it's a process of having to purge and grieve and get over it, okay? Some people, some of your twin flames or soulmates have already been on the journey of letting go for a long time anyway. Maybe they were detached emotionally, but it's still a huge shock to the system when the actual break occurs. And if it is the break from you, then that's still going to have a huge impact on them, especially being a twin flame, where it is extremely, distressing to be separated. But we're not really separated. In the 5D, we're never separated. In the spiritual realm, we're always connected, but it doesn't feel like that when there is a separation physically and all this hurt and pain comes up, okay? So this person's in a negative mind space. They're not in a really good mind space right now. They're feeling like they're lacking and that they've lost in life, whether it be with you or a karmic or even both. So there's just a journey that they know they need to go through. They need to retreat. They need to retreat themselves into a corner and basically lick their wounds. That's what's going on here. So some of them just might really want to be alone and not harassed by anybody, like they just want to be alone. There's a cleansing sense, there's a cleansing energy through this though. I feel like this person is letting you know that they are thinking of you even in this time of retreating and going within. So there's a mixture of emotions going on for them. They're angry, they're resentful, they're sad, they feel defeated. You know, with the victory card reversed, it shows defeat. So they do feel like defeated in this whole thing. Like they just feel like they've lost confidence and that they're not good enough to be able to stand up and be strong, because they thought they were, very masculine role, standing up and taking control and being strong and putting, on the right path and getting it all right together. And then, there's just this feeling of everything being thrown at them. So they are feeling like under attack a little bit as well. All right, let's have a look here. So I've got the Divine Love Oracle. These are the ones, these are the ones I created. What's their special message from their higher self to you while they're undergoing this? Sorry, that's cars going past. What's their higher self message for you? look, communication. They do actually want to communicate, I feel. So even though they might feel like they can't at the moment, I do feel they will emerge in time when they're able to. But this is a huge thing. Like, I feel like you guys are spiritually communicating anyway. We are talking about the 5D, the fifth dimension. So I do feel like you might be getting messages from them in dreams. There might be musical messages if you're hearing songs on the radio or wherever. You know, it's like if you hear your song that you had a song together with and you hear it just randomly somewhere, then it could be definitely his or her spirit communicating with you that they are thinking of you, they are with you. Definitely. So I feel like also they're learning to express their emotions here as well. So I feel like they're taking time within themselves to retreat so that they can get themselves sorted out, you know, and some of them will need to be able to express their feelings to perhaps a counselor if it's a really heavy, bad thing going on here for them. Or even a friend, a close, trusted friend. I feel like they really need to bring in this laughter into their life. So yes, there's fake laughter for the moment, you know, with family and friends this time of year. They've got to really tap into their true spirit. And what they're saying is that they are working through their emotions, okay? The wish will come true. The stars are there. Also, it's just an important part of the process right now, having to retreat. So there is definitely going to be communication, I feel. I just want to get a clarifier on what they want to actually say, okay, as well. What do they want to come forward and say? What does this person want to come forward and say to you? Okay, so we're getting a time frame, and you might not want to hear this, but you know, everyone's different. It may not necessarily be set in stone. But they're saying it could take them a good 6 months to really sort it all out, and to actually come forward and be able to communicate properly with you. And if you are talking at the moment anyway, it may be that you do have communication that's not very deep, that they can't handle the deep and meaningfuls right now. But within 6 months, it feels like, you know, coming into the new year, within the first 6 months, that this is something they're very much dealing with within themselves. They're purging stuff. They're trying to get on their feet again. They need this time to look within and reflect on their emotions and perhaps what they want to say to you in coming forward. So it is a positive at the end of it. It's definitely a positive. But it's just about being patient and just getting on with your own life at the moment while this is going on, okay? I feel like you also perhaps have some things you need to focus on in your life, perhaps some healing to do or a relationship to sort out or finances, whatever it is. We've all got something to focus on. So I feel like that's where your focus needs to be on at this time, because it could take a little bit of time for this person to heal and get their life in order again. Okay, so I really hope that's helped to give you clarity, and I look forward to connecting with you next time. Love and blessings. Hi lovelies, if you chose reading 2, which is the good tarot, we're going to have a look at what's going on with your soulmate or twin flame in the 3D. First up, what's going on with them in their physical life. This could also have something to do with their mental or emotional state as well. As we look in the 3D, it affects all sorts of things in their physical life. But we'll see what messages come up for you. What's going on with your twin flame soulmate in the 3D? Wow, okay. Got a few cards. All right, let's do it. Let's see what's going on here. So, I am using reversals today, just so you know. Just going to have a quick look at this before starting, just to tune into the messages here. Okay. Oh, actually, what I wanted to do was have a look, first of all, at the card underneath. What was the card underneath? So, okay, the card underneath is Patience, Temperance, reversed. And usually this represents, just so you know, I'm going to show you upright first of all. It's temperance, it's patience, it's having faith that everything will flow in the way, in the direction it's meant to. It's about having that flow of energy, it's harmony. It's just the flow of life. It's just no blocks or anything. It's just everything flowing exactly as it's meant to. But being upside down and reversed, it shows that there may be some disharmony in this connection or within that person's energy right now or in their life. We are looking at their 3D situation. So there's definitely some disharmony happening and perhaps a lack of faith, okay, on their part. Because we see the Strength card, so they're asked to be strong right now. And they're asked to be keeping the faith in being able to allow their guides, their spirit guides, to guide them through life and to give them courage on their path. I feel like this could be people that are coming in to help them on the physical level as well, whether it be family or anyone of authority or anything, someone coming in to help guide them, because I feel like, and it's just something that's coming through as intuition, it's not even really to do with the card meanings, but I'm feeling that this person can be too proud. Now, when we look at the line, it's all about pride and sometimes ego and, self-satisfaction and courage and all those things. So I feel like this person might be too proud to accept outside help, but they're starting to realize they actually need it. There has, I feel, been some sadness here. Wow, definitely picking up on a heavy energy, like a sadness here. I feel like the messenger of fire is the Knight of... the Knight of Wands? The Knight of Wands. This is the Leo energy, so if this is relevant to any of you who have a Leo in your life, this could be the twin flame soulmate who's a Leo, or it could be you, but it's just the energy of that anyway. This person can be very playful and energetic and focus around family this time of year. So there might be some strength at dealing with family matters right now for them as well. When we're looking at the messenger of wands, which would be the Knight of Wands in reverse, usually it's a reckless energy, it's unreliable, it comes in very fast. It's just a very fast energy. And being reversed, it shows that this person perhaps is not feeling motivated to jump into much at all, don't have that spark in their soul this Christmas to deal with this, okay? And sometimes this is, as we say, the messenger, someone coming in with information or delivering some kind of message or package or whatever it might be. I just feel like their heart's not in it this Christmas. Their heart's not in it. So they're feeling this disharmony. They're feeling perhaps a little bit weaker in themselves, in their spirit. They're not feeling like they've got that light or spark going on. They are trapped in their mind, perhaps going around in their mind. Even though it is reversed, that's probably a lot better, because this usually represents mental conflict, going back and forth, being confused, maybe arguing with people, but they've just given up the fight. It feels like a lot of them are just standing back. So whether you guys had a fight, or they're having fights or were arguing with other people, or there was just conflict back and forth with somebody, they've had enough now. They're giving up on that. They don't want to deal with it. They don't want to put more energy into that. They feel a little bit depleted of energy, but also a little bit defeated, like it wasn't how they were expecting it to go. I feel like they're coming from a really sincere place, and that something might have been misconstrued. All right, so some of you or someone else in their life has perhaps misinterpreted something, or their motives, and their pride's been hurt by that. All right, so we're having a look here at the Love card reversed. Once again, we see a lion. It's beautiful. So this person's not feeling loved. They're not feeling lovable. They're not feeling that they're allowing this in. They're not feeling strong in love. They're not feeling that they have faith in love. And just to let you know, this is usually the twin flame card, this one. It's representative of Sagittarius. And so is the Knight of Wands. right, is a Sagittarius. So it could be very significant to some of you if you are a Sagittarius, or your twin flame or soulmate could be their moon or rising or whatever it is, you know. It doesn't have to necessarily be the sun sign. But this is definitely showing me somebody who is not feeling harmony. Once again, we've got a 6 here, and this usually represents harmony, represents family, represents pregnancy, fertility, abundance, sacrifices in life. That's the number 6. And when we're seeing this person perhaps has felt they've sacrificed enough already, or they feel that they've given enough to a connection and had it spat in their face, basically, or something's happened where it's just like they feel like they've been slapped in the face. Maybe they weren't able to be strong enough to let go of a situation to be with you, or maybe there's just a lot of restrictions in their life that they just haven't been able to push up against. Like they've been trying to push against it, but they just don't have the strength. And so they feel depleted, they feel defeated, and that they feel to blame. We've got the Fortune's Wheel, which is reversed again. So when we look at this, it's a delay in action. And so the Fortune's Wheel usually represents someone who's moving into another path or another direction. It's a sudden change into a new path. We see the wheel is like a circle, so it's coming to, like a cycle coming to an end. It's beginnings, endings and beginnings. Excuse me. But being reversed, it shows there are delays in love for them. They need to, at the moment, take a step back and retreat. They need mental respite. They need to take a step back from everything and everyone, all kinds of emotionally charged relationships. That's what I'm getting. Okay. They're actually needing to build their strength up in this place of rest. Like it's mental strength, really, because we've got the 2 swords here, or the 2 air signs, the air element cards, I should say. So when we're seeing that, we're seeing somebody who is just feeling like, what's the point on all this? What's the point? They're giving up. Which is really sad, you know, because, and I'm not saying you have to feel sorry for them, because some of you are going to feel angry at this person, you know, but there is a lot of sadness here. And I feel like there's something that perhaps you haven't gotten in the connection, or they are not getting. Somebody's not getting something. They're not getting the clarity or the truth of a situation. What you think or perceive something to be is actually feels like it's not what the case is. It's not the case. So this is where this person feels really, I'm just getting so much sadness here. Wow. Wow, I feel like I want to cry with this. It's just so strong. Okay, where's their energy at, please? Where's their energy? Just get another message, please, just for the energy in the 3D. What's going on? All right. Wow, the temple path. This is beautiful because this is about their life purpose, I believe. Now, I don't know all the meanings in the booklet. I've forgotten. I haven't used these cards in a long time, but I'm just going to go with my intuition like I normally do. The temple path obviously is talking about a sacred space and a path to that sacred space. We see the golden orbs, which represent spirit guides or their spirit family. Now, I think I mentioned in the beginning that their spirit guides are coming in to help guide them the way, right? Now, whether you're the temple path or their mission is here on earth, it could be all the same kind of thing. Like I see so many different messages in this as well. We've got the spiral, which looks like a spiral there, which is very feminine energy as well. It's a universal energy. We've got the path going to their spiritual purpose. I feel like some of your twin flames or soulmates have gone off track. They're not on the path they're meant to be on. They've veered off it. And a lot of you are feeling that this person and you are meant to be together to fulfill a dream or to fulfill a purpose or to fulfill a mission, okay? And they've gone off track somehow. Or you've gone off track. Both of you have gone off track somewhere along the line. And everything, as we know, is meant to be anyway, because we are learning lessons along the way. But you don't want to stay, or they don't want to stay stuck in that, okay, to the point where it becomes stagnant, or internalizing too much to the point where they lose confidence and weaken themselves in their spirit. They need to get back on track. So we're seeing the temple path, which represents to me the mission. It is the like a holy grail type thing as well. Like this is where they're meant to be going. So in the 3D, because it's a very spiritual card, in the 3D it's telling me that they're aware of this. They are aware that they're not on track. And for a lot of them, they might be trying to find what their mission is or their life purpose here on earth is. Okay, and some of them, not all of them, but some of them are going to feel very lost without you as well in their life, because I feel like you were kind of like this guiding light for them to bring them into their path. So I feel like a lot of you were like acting like their guide or their advisors in a spiritual type of way, in a loving way, obviously as well. But not just romantically. Like it's definitely like you, especially for twin souls, got this mission to fulfill together. But even soulmates need to be able to have some kind of lessons and guide each other and be companions in life. So it feels to me that there is a lot of sadness with this. This person has gone off track. They've lost faith in themselves, okay, and in their journey. I feel like they need encouragement. Now, what I'm seeing with the magical unicorns, what is the other message, please? Well, hang on, it flew down on the ground. We have two. So we've got best friends, okay? True friends stick together no matter what. So you guys are actually best mates. It sounds bizarre because you guys are in separation and there's been this issue, but on a spiritual level, and even when you were together, you were the best of mates. So best friends stick together. And also another message is that this person is perhaps really needing to surround themselves with true friends. They may not really necessarily trust too many people in their life. So they may be trying to weigh up within themselves who is true to them and who's loyal and who's not. Because I feel like they've been let down by a number of people. It's not just been this relationship either that's got them down. So you'll know in the morning when you wake up, you'll have a better idea about what to do. Relax until then. So I really feel that for them, there is that confusion. And this is part of that mental respite as well, taking a break, withdrawing from everyone and everything. Around this time of year, it's very difficult to do that. But I feel very strongly that they're going to want to really withdraw and be the hermit, but you'll know in the morning. So this could also be a message for you as well, that you may have some insight come to you as well. If you just sleep on it, basically. That's what this is about. They're going to also receive some clarity as well within themselves as to what they next need to do, I feel, to get on this path. Now let's have a look at some 5D messages from them to you. So let's see the romance angels, please. What does this twin flame or soulmate want to say to you? What does your twin flame or soulmate want to say to you? What is their higher self saying to you? Okay, so for some of you, there's either been talk of children or there has been a connection with children, okay? So perhaps you have children or they have children and you got to know the children. There's perhaps some issues around children. There could be some sadness around this topic of children. You're going to know what this means, okay? If this has got nothing to do with you guys and there's no children involved or has never been any talk about children, it's the inner child we're looking at, okay? Or it could be that they're sad because they actually want children and perhaps there is a deep want to have children and a family and a wedding, okay? So this situation involves marriage. So this person in the higher realms is telling you they want this with you. That's what I feel, because we're talking very much not just about their energy, but we're connecting it to you. So this is the connection I'm seeing, is that deep down, no matter how they might have come across or what they might have closed off with, or, because as I said before, something seems to have been misinterpreted with their intentions or what they want or their motives. And it may be around this, it may not be, but When there's one thing that's been questioned, everything will be questioned. Even loyalty and commitment will be questioned of how loyal are they, how committed are they. So this is definitely coming up quite strong. So they're saying that this is what they are to you. They are committed to you. They do want this with you in the 3D. And I am getting an apology from them as well, that this, for some of you, and some of you will resonate with this message, that some of you were meant to have this with them and it just didn't work out that way. And they're deeply sorry for that. That's what I'm getting. It's such a strong thing here, my God. The dogs here represent loyalty. They are loyal to you. Absolutely loyal to you. I feel they're very scared of this because it goes back to their own childhood and their own family, and perhaps they came from a broken family. Perhaps their father took off on them. Perhaps somebody was abusive to them, or there was just a broken family, or it wasn't a happy marriage, and so they are scared of committing, even though they want to and they feel they are to a degree. So their higher self is trying to let you know that it's not you, and it's not that they don't want this, or that they never wanted it. It's just that they have their fears. They haven't been able to express it in words. Things have come out the wrong way. They've felt lost on their path. They're starting to question what is it that they really want now, because it feels like it never will work. Wow. Okay, such heavy energy around this. All right, let's have a look at the Divine Love Oracle. What else do they want to say to you from their higher self? Oh, hang on a moment. Sorry, it's just too many. What else do they want to say to you from their higher self? Oh, wow, look. They're coming from a sincere place. Sincerity. They're coming from a sincere place. Remember we were saying about something might have been misconstrued, or there's loyalty being questioned? They're coming from a sincere place. Wow, far out. All right, we've got the angel. Ask an angel card. What's the last higher self message, please, from this twin flame or soulmate to you? Your twin flame or soulmate. What's their higher self message, please? Ask an angel. Wow, okay, that came flying out. Oh, look, prosperity. They want this life with you. They want to have abundance and prosperity, and it might be quite important to them because they're not feeling so secure, but I feel security is really, well, I must say it is important for everybody on the planet, but for some reason, they want to be in a position where they are able to provide something to you, and they don't feel they've got that right now. So they really want you to know that this is something they're working on within themselves. They're working on their own self-worth, because a lot of them are internalizing and feeling quite vulnerable and defeated, and some are starting to come to rude awakenings within themselves, within their epiphanies and in their mind, like they're starting to realize perhaps things that they were doing or things that they weren't doing, and how that was upsetting for you as well. So this is what they really do want. And I feel like they're visualizing, we see the eye here, they're visualizing exactly what it is that they want to bring in with you, right? Which is the wedding and children. There's a lot of regrets here for some of them. They're in that energy at the moment of internalizing and reflecting and looking within and self-blaming. There's a lot of that going on. But their higher self wants you to know that this is definitely what they want to have with you. They're trying to build up their life, to bring in the riches in their life. Some of them are working on a law of attraction techniques as well, or they may not even realize they're doing that, but that's what they're doing. But they also want you to know that you need to work on yourself and really work on your self-worth as well, and work on your life and building your own empire, because they don't feel like, I think some of them feel very pressured in some weird way. I know that you're not pressuring them because you're separated, but they just, on an energetic level, feel that there's this overwhelming feeling that they didn't meet up to the expectations that were there. So they really want to see that you're excelling in your own world as well. Without them, they want to see you happy. They want to see you strong and abundant in your life and glowing and happy and just being so proud of who you are and where you've come from, you know, and how you've gotten there. They really do think of you in a very good light. This is how they also see you. They do look up to you. So, wow, that's amazing. I do feel in time they will come through this. It's just going to take them some time to work through some of their stuff and to change their view on something, which it does look like they are, because this card is reversed, which is really good. And it just shows me that there's just going to be a little bit of a delay. They might take some time to emerge, you know, re-emerge from this place of mental recovery, respite, that kind of thing. But they need to be in that space to really come to that realization within themselves of like receiving that clarity of what they next need to do. Okay, so I hope that has helped you today. Love and blessings. Hi guys, this is your reading number 3. This is the Archangel Power Tarot. Wow. Okay, we've got one card already. I was just going to say we need to see where your twin flame soulmate is at on the 3D, in their 3D life right now, where they're at. Where are they at on the 3D, in the 3D right now, please? All right, let's have a look at these cards. We've got the 2 of Michael, the 4 of Michael reversed, the 9 of Gabrielle reversed, the World, and the 8 of Gabrielle reversed. I'll have a look at these just for a moment, and yeah, I'll just tune into them for a moment. Okay, so let's have a look. Now, as I did with the other readings, I'm going to have a look at the bottom of the pile first up before getting into these cards and the messages, okay? So what's the bottom card? The bottom card is the King of Michael. Sorry, you can't see it. King of Michael there, okay. Now, this would be the King of Swords normally, and it's somebody who's very rational, they're disciplined, they're logical, somebody who's basically got their life together, all right? They've got their life together. Calls for honest and open communication. Maybe you guys are not in communication at all. Being reversed shows that there's issues here with communication and perhaps transparency. I want to go into the 2 of Michael here, which is, it will all be better if you just make a decision. So this person is perhaps over-analysing. They're in their mind. Okay, this is the overall energy. They're perhaps confused. They're acting perhaps irrationally rather than rationally. They're not making a decision, right? They might have their foot in one, you know, like one foot in something and one foot in the other, and it's like, well, come on, hurry up and make a decision. So they might be a little bit confused and not receiving the clarity they need. Because they're overanalyzing, they're becoming more confused and remaining stuck in a situation rather than finding clarity and just taking action. 4 of Michael is usually someone who needs to take time out, respite, mental respite. It says insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress. Being reversed, I feel like this person is perhaps getting themselves, like maybe they're busying themselves in their life. Maybe they're putting their time and energy into other things. Maybe they're just deliberately distracting themselves from the issue at hand. And this could be to do with your relationship. Maybe they are just too distracted or trying to find an escape route, right, to not face what needs to be confronted here, to make a decision in their life. it could be that some of them are in a third-party situation, or there's a job they need to leave, or there is definitely something, I feel, that's a significant decision they need to make. There's something they need to let go of as well. And it feels like they want their cake and eat it too, sort of thing. So that's just a feeling. I'm not saying they're deliberately like that, but that's just the feeling that perhaps you're feeling on the other end, because this person won't make a decision. And it feels like they're either very evasive or have become elusive. You know, it's like vagueness, like they're not giving you answers. They weren't giving you answers. And so there is this feeling of perhaps being cut off, or somebody's just withdrawn completely, and just maybe there's a silent treatment going on here as well. Maybe someone's given you the silent treatment. This twin flame or soulmate might have given you the silent treatment, or you might have done that to them because you're just sick of waiting for this person to make a decision, because they don't seem very grounded. They don't seem to know what they want. And it feels like you're not hanging around, you know, while that's going on. You don't need someone toing and froing, or making excuses up for why they can't do something or why they're not moving forward. They've got a very stubborn outlook on things. I feel like what they're doing is it's their way or the highway. They can be manipulative in some ways as well. I feel that there is this, as I said, my way or the highway. It's like this black and white way of looking at something. They're not seeing the bigger picture. And they're not coming from a place of peace. We see the doves here, so they're not really coming from a peaceful, logical reasoning here. It seems very closed off, like they're not willing to see your point of view or hear it at the moment. It's kind of like a bit of arrogance there, okay, that they feel like they know what they're doing, but they don't really know what they're doing. They know, I feel deep down they know what they need to do, but they don't want to be told by anyone else. They don't want to be told. They're going to learn the hard way. They are afraid of not being in control. That's why they're not making a decision. Or that's why they're delaying in making a decision, because they feel that some of them, not all of your twin flames or soulmates, but the ones I'm tuning into, some of them are going to feel that they're going to let someone down by letting go of something. So there could be in a third-party situation that someone's going to get hurt. So they're in a dilemma. They don't know what to do, so they're holding it off. They're holding off, delaying it, undoing it. As I said, it might not be a third-party situation. It could just be something else in their life that they're just not facing and dealing with and making a decision with and getting that ball rolling. So we got the Nine of Gabrielle reversed, and this is someone who's on a solo path working on themselves, okay? Someone who's very hard working. Stay determined and to move forward. Be prepared for any possibility, environmental activism. I see that this is someone who's working very much strongly in their own physical environment, and usually being a 9, it's a solitary number, so it's solitude. It's someone who's on a solo journey on their own, working hard on themselves, but this person's refusing to look within at themselves. They're too busy looking outwards and saying, it's your problem, not my problem. I don't have a problem. Which is not going to get them very far, because in life, you've got to be open to other possibilities. I feel like the reason behind this is there's a lot of fear. I feel like perhaps at some point in their life, they might have made a decision that cost them dearly. And they're afraid to make the wrong choice now, okay? And it's not that they're a really bad person. I just feel like they're very frustrating. That's what I can see from your angle. You're looking at it as very frustrating. Why won't this person see? Why can't they see? Or how can't they see what needs to be done? It's that simple in your eyes, you know, but in their eyes, it's this huge calamity. It's massive. It's something they've built up to be a huger, bigger thing than they need to. And so this is why they're distracting themselves into other things. They're distracting themselves from having to work on themselves as well. They don't want to confront the issues or whatever they need to do. They would just rather forget about it and be in denial at the moment. So that's what's going on. We've got the World here. This is the end of a cycle. It says a very happy ending coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. So this is amazing because this shows that this is going to actually occur for this person. I mean, we all spiritually grow. We do evolve. Some will evolve and grow stronger than others depending on if they accept and get the lessons and heal and learn and move on. This person's going to take a lot longer for some reason because the Eight of Gabriel is a very fast action, fast energy coming in. It's reversed, okay? So it shows that it is going to take a longer process, a slower process than normal for something to come to fruition. Now, this could be the ending of a relationship for them or some chapter of their life coming to an end, but for some reason, they're not budging. They're not allowing this to move forward. They're not allowing themselves to move into their new chapter just yet. They're still stuck, okay? They're stuck. So, fast energy. So there's even important communication. So this is something that you guys perhaps have had issues with communication because this person closes down or shuts down, closes off when confronted with something. They don't want a bar of it. They don't want to look into themselves. They don't want to, they can't for some reason look at something objectively at the moment. So let's have a look at their energy. Because did we see the, oh, yeah, sorry, that was the bottom of the pile. Yeah, okay. So let's have a look at the 3D energy here as well. Another message, please, for their energy, just to clarify. Yeah, so this is the financial constraints. So in the 3D world, there perhaps is some things going wrong, but it's getting better for them. So there might be some issues around money and their home life and their finances and their career. There's definitely something that they're really afraid to let go of and work through. Maybe they're in a lot of debt. Maybe they're in the middle of going through a divorce. Maybe this is leading all up to this, you know, what's going on. They need to make a decision. They need to get something done and finalized, finally. You know, so that's where I'm seeing that, because we've also got a 9, which is near to the end of a cycle here, and we've got the World, which is a completion of the cycle. So it just feels to me that for these people, your twin flame soulmate, there might just be one thing they need to do, one decision made, one thing, one action to take, and then it's done. But for some reason, they're budging. They're not budging, I should say. All right. Oh, one thing. They're not feeling, they haven't been feeling supported either by other people. Maybe even subconsciously they're sabotaging connections or not allowing anybody in to help them because they just are denying there's even an issue. So that's something going on there as well. Now let's have a look at the magical unicorns. Magical unicorns. What's the other message for them in the 3D, please, that we need to know about, please? Oh, it just went flying down. All right, where are we? Wow, look at this. This is good. This is really good. Happy surprise. Something very good is about to happen. So this is going to shift, it looks like, in their 3D realm. This is amazing. So it just was going to take something, I don't know what it will be. It might be some divine intervention or a sudden change, like a tower moment in their life or a wake-up call of some sort. Maybe they just decide, maybe they just think, stuff this, I've got to get this done, and just start to do it. But it feels like there's a happy surprise coming in. Something very good is about to happen. And for some reason, I'm being pulled to this card here too. So it could happen a bit faster than we expect, or it is around communication. Perhaps you are going to hear from them. There's definitely going to be an icebreaker, I feel. So it feels like this person's energy has become a little bit cold and aloof, but there's going to be a happy surprise. Let's have a look at their 5D messages, okay? This is the 3D stuff. This is the ego stuff. This is the story that we've come into in this world. But we want to see what his higher self or her higher self is saying to you. Let's have a look. The romance angels. What's the higher self message here? All right, so we've got honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Now, we are in the holiday period, aren't we? Around Christmas and coming to the end of the year and coming into New Year's very soon. And what I get very strongly with this is that your twin flame or soulmate wants you to actually enjoy, they want you They want the best for you. They want you to enjoy your time with your family or your friends or your celebrations, and not to be bogged down by their issues. Because as much as I have probably come across as very negative in this, regarding this person, what's going on with them, I'm not actually looking at them as a very negative person normally. I feel like for them, they've just gotten themselves so caught up in something that they're afraid. And what it is that this person is usually very generous and can be very open with other people, but when it comes to their own stuff, they start to shut down. So what I'm seeing is there's got to be a balance in their life. They've got to believe in themselves a little bit more. They're believing in you, and they want they want other people to be happy in life. They want the best for everyone else. They're the kind of people, I'll just say, some of these twin flame soulmates that will go all out of their way to help someone else, but yet it will affect their life, okay? So they'll come out with the short end of the stick, so to speak. So it's kind of like they don't look after themselves enough, like they're giving away maybe too much or gambling too much in life to the point where they're missing out, and then they get stuck in this cycle of, oh my God, how do I get out of this now? So, they are very generous and giving, but not at the moment. They're closed off, okay? So what I see is that deep down, on the higher self, they want you to enjoy your time, your holiday time. They wish, on a deeper level, they do wish that they could be enjoying this with you, but they're stuck in this. This is for some of you. This is for some of you who know that there is still something that can be saved here between the two of you, but they're just in this dilemma, okay? For some of you, you might not be in any contact at all, and it might have ended very badly. But this is their higher self saying that they wish you the very best. Also, we've just had the full moon release, okay? So it's very much about, we're actually still in the full moon energy. So we got the honeymoon, so we got the moon. It's talking about releasing all that you don't need in your life, okay? So even if it's to do with them, they understand on the higher levels, in the spiritual plane, that if you need to vent or purge or anything to do with this connection, they're encouraging that as well. Let's have a look here. There's another message coming through with that. I'll just get back to that in a moment. Okay, just want to say, for some of you, going to resonate with this message is that this time of year you were meant to spend it together, and for whatever reason they've pulled back or something's happened and you weren't able to spend it together. So there were plans in place or are moving forward to be together, and it's some shit has happened along the way, and now it's just, you're not able to spend that time together. So that's just another aspect of a message. It's not going to resonate with all of you, but some of you will understand that message. Because I feel like some of you have, in the earlier times, talked about having a life together, and maybe talked about places you would have liked to have visited together or made plans to, and it never eventuated. So this is a very strong message that this person is thinking of you at this time and remembering that, okay? They're remembering those things. Burning passion. They still hold, even though they're going through this stuff, a very strong passion for you. It's like the eternal flame. They are feeling it very strongly. It's a chemistry, it's a lustful energy, but it's also a romantic energy. It can be very sexual, sensual, and this is what they're feeling within when they think of you. It's burning within them still. It doesn't go away. Now I'm going to have a look at the Ask an Angel card. So first of all, he or she is saying that I still... my flame is burning brightly for you. Okay, I have not forgotten what we shared. All the promises I'm hearing for some of you, all the promises that I had given you, but, had said to you, but didn't deliver on. There's a deep remorse, I feel, within themselves that there were promises that they actually had good intentions on delivering, but weren't able to. So they feel very bad, but they don't know how to come forward and acknowledge that or own it in themselves or apologize. They just can't. For whatever reason, they just can't, perhaps because they're not working on themselves as yet. They haven't grown into that maturity as yet. but this is still something extremely strong within them. There's no denying this chemistry that you guys share together and that you did share. And they're reminiscing on this in this holiday time. Let's have a look at the Ask an Angel card. What's their higher self message, please? The Earth. Now, it's funny, the first word I got from this, because I've never even read the messages in the booklet for these cards either, but the first word I got was replenishment and nourishment and nurturing. Like, the first word was replenishment. So, but I feel like they're asking you to ground your energy also, to get out in nature. I mean, it sounds very cliche, you know, get out in nature, ground your energy. We all need to do it to get healthier and clear our minds, etc. But I do feel like it's a deeper message in this as well than just that. I feel like, yes, they want you to get outside. Perhaps you've also been very busy and withdrawing and become a little bit of a hermit. Maybe you're not giving yourself much time to cleanse your own energies. That's just one aspect of this message. The other message is that, see how the tree's going into the ground, like the deep roots into the ground, into the earth? They're saying that your love for them and their love for you is grounded, like it's right. There's strong foundations in the earth. That there is nothing that can really uproot this entirely, okay? I feel like you guys have a very strong love. You did plant seeds. You did want to grow something together, and I still feel this person wants to achieve this in your life together. Those dreams or promises that they talked about, or the seeds that they planted with you, all those ideas and, you know, dreams of the future, they want to bring into fruition with you. Okay, I do feel like they're just feeling stuck at the moment. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're going to have the epiphany, but it's just going to take some time. But as we can see, this happy surprise is occurring. Some of you might hear from them. There's definitely this feeling of this growing. It hasn't become, like, a lot of you are feeling it's stagnant because they're feeling stagnant in themselves right now because they're not making a damn decision. A lot of you are feeling that this whole relationship's just dead in the ground. It's just over with and it's stagnating. And they're saying no. I feel like a lot of these ones are coming back. Okay? It was not going to resonate for everyone, but I do feel like a lot of them are coming back because I do feel like this has definitely been planted in the ground. Now, also, I see also... there was a talk of buying land or property or a home together, okay? Setting your roots down somewhere together, having a family perhaps, living together. Yeah, because I'm seeing that. I'm seeing like land or property or talk of it, and it feels to me like it was a dream and something that was meant to happen, and it's either been delayed or it just hasn't occurred. And so some of you are really doubting that it was ever really real, or, you know, were they playing with me, or, you know, that kind of thing. I just feel that this person feels very ashamed for what they've put you through. As I said before, they don't feel or have the ability to come forward and own and acknowledge stuff right now, as simple as it might be for you, because you're perhaps very different, and you would say you need to come forward and apologize or own your shit, mate. Like, you know, own it. Have the guts to own what you did, or what you're not doing, or what you've promised to deliver but haven't. Because I feel a lot of anger and frustration from you coming at this person, because, or even maybe some of you are not putting the anger and frustration onto your partner, or, you know, your twin flame or soulmate, but you're feeling it around the situation because they're not taking action. And also there are a lot of resentments because this dream is just not eventuating, like it's not coming into fruition, as I said. So I feel like they still want to bring it about. I really do. But they're just stuck at the moment. They've got no insight into how to change this, when really they just need to step up and make a decision. Just make the damn decision. You know, this is like, it looks so simple on the outside looking in, you know. But also, this is letting you know that they're still on a spiritual path themselves. They're growing, right? This is about growth. They're spiritually growing on their journey, and you can't have them come back to you when they're not really prepared already. So when they are able to turn this around and be able to see something from a different angle and make a decision and work on themselves, okay, invest in themselves and work on themselves, then they will be able to come back to you stronger and with more clarity and insight and wisdom, all right, within themselves as well. And I feel like some of you wanted to build a business together perhaps, or what am I getting with that? It's a humanitarian type feeling. It's like a mission that you wanted to do where you were helping other people as well. So there's some of you will resonate with that and some of you won't. But there's definitely this feeling of perhaps having a business together or collaborating and working together with something tangible in the physical reality to bring about for other people, to share with other people, or just to have this really happy growing life together. That's what I'm seeing there. So I just feel drawn to picking out one more of these before ending the reading. What else would they like to say to you, please? What's their higher self saying to you? What else would they like to say to you? Wow. Okay, so a lot of you are not going to want to hear this. Okay, but this is what it is. It's saying patience. All right, so this person is just requiring you to be patient with them while they undergo these things in their life, okay? Some things are actually perhaps, well, they feel are blocks and obstacles that they have no choice. Some of them don't feel they have a choice, when I think they do. I feel like they do. They just need to go within themselves properly and really reflect and have some mental respite, because they're too busy distracting themselves with other things right now. They just need to stop and go within and get the answers, right? So it feels to me that there may be some other people around them too confusing the situation. So they just have no idea where to turn. But it's just saying have patience with this, okay? Because I do feel like it's going to come around full circle, okay? And it will, for a lot of you, this person is going to make contact with you and perhaps even come back to you. That's what the dream looks like, that they want to get back onto this track with you. Okay, so I hope that's really helped you guys, and I look forward to connecting with you next time. Love you.